ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Stars program, in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, set to put on their second annual College Soccer Showcase. This year, it's a 3-day event which gets underway on Thursday.
We're starting off with a women's symposium, followed by the student, athlete, and parent information session. And day 3, we will end with the College Soccer Showcase, which is the athletic segment of the event, where the 126 registrants will have the opportunity to display their talents in front of the 8 coaches.
On behalf of the University of the Bahamas, we're very happy once again to have been extended this invitation to be a part of what is a very progressive program, and that generally when we think about student athletes, we always thought that they had to go abroad, and the university has made a strong statement and a strong commitment towards allowing those that don't get the opportunity to go to North America, Canada, Europe, wherever, that we also offer opportunities via the student athlete program to participate. And we've been excelling in a couple of events. We're still developing the program.
CR Walker coach Kellen Lewis is fully on board with the showcase. A number of his players will be taking part, including Christopher Neely, who is returning for the second year, and Chardonnay Garrick, who will be attending for the first time.
I think last year was a tremendous experience for a lot of the players who participated. And I think, again, it's a great initiative to boost the level of soccer play in the Bahamas. It gives our, our grassroots soccer players, all right, that drive and that extra, to continue to develop their skills, because they know that opportunities are ahead if they continue to grow and to be, to get better.
This year I'm looking forward to even more talks with the coaches to understand what to do to prepare for my next step into my collegiate level.
I've had friends who were in it last year, and they shared their experience with me and how much they enjoyed it and how they're looking forward to go back this year because they think they could do so much better. So I'm encouraged to join as well.
The showcase has the full backing of the Bahamas Football Association, and they're especially excited about the Women's Symposium, which kicks things off on Thursday night at Super Club's Breezes.
We're more than happy to showcase Karina LeBlanc, who's the head of women's football for CONCACAF in the region. She'll bring the charge for us, female student athletes. We also will have a number of panelists who will be making presentations to the audience. We encourage all of our student athletes, and not only from soccer, but also from other sports, to come on out and hear the remarks being presented.
Justin Roberts looking to build on his semifinal appearance last week on the Pro Tennis Tour. Back in Cancun this week, Roberts drew a tough first-round assignment, losing in straight sets to 5th-seeded Brazilian Gilbert Clear Jr. 6-4 and 7-5. Justin off next week before returning to the court the following week for a 25K event in Las Vegas. The ladies hitting the lanes last night for their first block in the Bahamas Bowling Federation's Nationals. Driscoll roll out in front, 951 pins and a 190 average. Camille Burnside a distant second, 848 pins and a 170 average. The men will bowl their second block tomorrow. Action in 38th Annual Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic tipping off yesterday at the AF Arley Gym. The Mount Carmel Cavaliers hoping to carry over the momentum from the small school season, and they started strong, marching past the Kingsway Academy Saints 54-44.
They played hard, played smart. I told them at the beginning of the game, once they do that, we'll come up with the victory. 5 guys on the court, on either side of on both teams, so we just got to go there and play. It don't matter what school you go to, you just got to go there and perform. We just got to come out to play every game for 4 quarters, 24 minutes, play hard, play smart, have fun out there, and we should come out all right.
The private school champs, the Queens College Comets, also playing on opening day. They had an easy time, doubling up Galilee 44-22.
It was pretty good. We just came off an emotional win, so for us, kind of getting back into the groove, knocking off some of the rust, so we needed just to get back into playing shape.
The GHS Magic with a blowout win on day one as well. They tamed the Charles W. Saunders Cougars 74-30. DiMaggio Taylor outscoring the Cougars all by himself. He finished up with a game-high 32 points. In the feature game last night, the Anton Rogers Timberwolves making it look easy. After losing out to the C.I. Gibson Rattlers in the government school playoffs, the T-Wolves got back on track, taking their frustrations out on the R.M. Bailey Pacers, winning 51-21. Nicholas Jones leading the way with 18 points.
Not totally satisfied with what happened. The playoffs, we ended the season with some challenges, not hitting free throws and not being sharp and taking opponents seriously. And although we won, we had some of those same trials again tonight. If you want to go anywhere in the tournament, you have to take care of some little things in the games that you probably would win.
As for how it's going on day number 2, we check in with Kelsey Johnson.
Jonathan, good evening, Bahamas. The AF Adelaide Gym is definitely the place to be. On the court now, the CC Speeding Cobras taking on CV Bethel Stingrays. I was able to pull Coach Wade Watson just before the tip-off. He's kind of worried now because it's 2-2 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds. Coach Watson, if you could just talk a little bit about the game, what do you expect? What is the game plan heading into this one to make sure that you win?
Well, what we want to do is we want to put as much pressure as possible on their guards. We know the guards are not as solid, so we want to put as much pressure on their boys and run our offensive set. And then when we get back in our offensive set, we want to take our time and run our sets completely.
Now, the Cobras are known for pressuring the ball and playing half-court defense as well. Which one do you think is more effective against the CV Bethel Stingrays?
Both. I think once we score the basket, we could press them. But at the end of the day, if we don't get it, if we don't score, then we want to get back in half-court transition and make certain that we play a solid defense and keep them off the boards, keep them from getting comfortable shots. And that's what we're proposing to do tonight.
I won't keep you too much short from your team. Right now, the score is 7-2 in favor of the Cobras. We have 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this first quarter. I just want to give you some scores from the earlier games. Catherine, they defeated St. John's College 53-49. And John and Prince William, they just defeated Temple Christian 61-37. And the game of the night is Doris Johnson taking on C.R. Walker. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, there were some changes to the schedule because Morris Island opted not to participate in the game, but we are going to have Charles Fisher on in the morning with all the highlights and a number of reels coming in from this particular tournament. So, Jonathan, I'm going to throw this back into the studio too, but before I do, I just want to invite everybody down. You still have time to come and support some of our future basketball players. From the AF Adelaide Gym, I'm Kelsey Johnson. Back to you in the studio, Jonathan.
The Providence Basketball Association moving to the C.I. Gibson Gym this week to accommodate Hugh Campbell. 2 games last night. In Division 2, the Asphalt Maintenance Pirates winning big over the Sports Center Elites 102-79. Savant lying a side-high 20 points for the Pirates. Samar Roll posting a double-double to lead the Elites in the loss, a game-high 24 points to go along with 12 rebounds. Now over in Division 1, a much closer ball game. The Fort Charlotte Defenders taking down the BIBT Great White 66-61. Greg Seymour, game-high 21 points in the win. Juninho Wilson, he posted 18 points in the loss. David Nesbitt selected for national team duty this week as the Bahamas plays a home and away series with Mexico in the 2021 FIBA America qualifiers. Before leaving for Guadalajara, Nesbitt earning Player of the Week honors in Brazil. He shot an amazing 86% from inside the arc and went 4 of 6 from downtown, posting a double-double, 27 points and 11 rebounds as Corinthians beat Rio Claro 88-79. Corinthians currently sitting 8th in the standings, just above 500 at 11-10. Nesbitt averaging 11.9 points and 6.2 rebounds a game so far this season. From the college hardwood last night, a modest game for Malachi McCoy in the Division II ranks. Benedict going down 64-62 to Savannah State. McCoy finishing up with 7 points and 3 rebounds in 21 minutes off the bench. The Tigers look to rebound on Thursday against Morehouse. LaShawn Hicks also with a slow night at the office, just 6 points and 3 rebounds, but Texas in the win column 50-44 over West Virginia. The Horns back out again on Saturday against Kansas State. It's been an injury-plagued redshirt senior season so far for Shalonda Neely, in and out of the lineup for the Jacksonville Dolphins. She was back at it last night, 2 points and 3 rebounds in 11 minutes off the bench, a 69-60 win over North Florida. Up next now, senior day on Saturday against Kennesaw State. The Murray brothers in action over the weekend in the college baseball season. Florida Atlantic opening their campaign with 3 wins over Delaware. B.J. Murray a combined 3 of 10, a home run, a double, 5 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. Lynn University taking 2 of 3 from Miles while losing another to Montevideo. Byron Murray 4 of 13, a home run, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and 7 runs scored. 3 Bahamians on the diamond this season for the Indiana Tech team. They opened up with a split against the top-ranked team in NAIA, Tennessee Wesleyan, while dropping another to Milligan. Ashton Moxie 4 of 10, a double. Yeshua Saint was 3 for 12, 2 runs batted in, while Daniel Johnson went 0 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Elsewhere over the weekend, Bryan College winning a pair of games against Campbellsville while splitting with William Carey. Eleuthera native Wade Weinberg with 3 of 13. He actually scored the winning run in Bryan's win over William Carey. Indiana State starting its season with losses to Pittsburgh, Kent State, and 24th-ranked Ohio State. Ellison Hanna going 1 for 5. Dante Short in action for Northwestern State. They took 2 of 3 from Wichita State. He's the cousin of pro player Jazz Chisholm. He's also the cousin of Purdue sprinter Samson Colebrook and former pro boxer Ray Manis Jr. Short starting the season off 1 for 9, 3 runs scored. As for the Kentucky Wildcats, they started the season with 3 losses to TCU. Araj Anu was 0 for 8 with an RBI. He's the son of Orly Fowler, who represented the Bahamas in track and field at the 1980 and 84 Olympics. On to the college swimming beat now. Jared Fitzgerald helping lead the Tampa Spartans to their first Sunshine State Conference title. He won the 200 free in 1:37.05 and the 100 free in 43.93. Fitzgerald also part of the Spartans winning teams in the 200 and 400 freestyle relays. A ladies doubleheader on court last night in the Province Volleyball Association. The University of the Bahamas Mingos playing their final match of the season. They closed out with a bang, winning in straight sets over the Lady Techs 25-16, 25-17, and 25-14. Mingos finishing in 5th place, a record of 6-12. The Lady Techs at the bottom of the table, 1-15. Now in last night's other matchup, the Truckers also winning in straight sets over the Junior National Aces, 25-23, 25-22, and 25-16. The Truckers heading into the playoffs as the 4th seed, a record of 10-8. The loss dropping the Juniors to 2-15. Bodybuilder Jimmy Norius, not that active since earning his pro card in 2018. However, for just the second time as a pro, he was in action last weekend at the Angela Borges Fitness Cup in Mexico, finishing 4th in the men's classic physique. He plans to compete again this July in Miami. And that will do it for sport. To check on weather, up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.